The Crusading era was one of the most important periods in medieval history, affecting many aspects of European culture. During this period, many prominent personalities stood out and recorded their names in history. Among them, King Baldwin IV of Jerusalem, also called Baldwin the Leper, for the illness that afflicted his body throughout most of his short life, certainly deserves recognition for his efforts in defending the Holy Land. Baldwin was born in 1161 in Jerusalem. He was the second son of Prince Amalric of Jerusalem and the younger brother of King Baldwin III. When he was 9 years old, Baldwin was brought up by the historian William of Tyre. His tutor was the one who discovered that the young boy was suffering from leprosy. Unlike other children, Baldwin did not cry when he was pinched by his classmates. After a while, it became clear to William that Baldwin felt no pain in his right arm. The king commissioned Muslim physicians to treat Baldwin, but nothing was enough to quell the illness. Leprosy was suspected, but there were no visible symptoms yet, and the doctors were reluctant to diagnose because of the terrifying stigma the boy would suffer. Had the diagnosis been made when he was a child, Baldwin would have been required by law to enter the Order of St. Lazarus, a military order made up of knights who were lepers or victims of other diseases. Initially, Baldwin continued to use his limbs and had no noticeable facial disfigurement, but his illness was kept a secret. As a teenager, Baldwin was an optimistic and determined young man when faced with his condition. He was very similar to his father in appearance, body shape, and the way he walked and spoke. Baldwin learned fast, but sometimes stuttered. He enjoyed listening to stories and history lessons. William, his tutor, commented on Baldwin's superb memory, claiming that he did not forget the kindness or the offenses done to him by others. In 1174, Baldwin's father unexpectedly died of dysentery upon his return from a campaign against Nur ad-Din, the Sultan of Damascus. Baldwin was appointed king by the Supreme Court of Jerusalem. As Baldwin was only 13 years old at the time of his father's death, the kingdom was entrusted to a regent named Raymond of Tripoli. In the summer of 1176, Baldwin turned 15 and came of age, taking the government for himself. Due to his health condition, no one expected Baldwin to stay long in power or to have heirs. His illness dictated much of his reign, as he always had to worry about the issue of succession. Baldwin had planned to marry his sister, Sibylla, to Hugh III of Burgundy, but ended up marrying her to a French noble knight named Guy of Lusignan. The union was crucial to win military aid for the Kingdom of Jerusalem. Once he took over the government, Baldwin commenced planning a full-scale attack on Egypt. The king took advantage of Saladin's campaign in Aleppo to spearhead an attack around Damascus. It was his first war experience. Despite having already lost almost all movement of his limbs and having the use of only one hand, he declined to delegate his military duties and entered the fighting.